In October 2023, you tweeted, "It must not be forgotten that even the innocent citizens, in brackets, the cruel and monstrous people from Gaza took an active part in a pogrom in the Israeli settlements, in the systematic murder of Jews and the shedding of their blood, in the kidnapping of children, old people and mothers, and tying up babies and burning them alive. One mustn't pity the cruel. There is no place for any humanitarian gesture." Do you stand by that statement?
What do you do with people, civilians, who come and kill your babies? What do you do with them?
Sorry, I'm asking you.
No, I'm asking you.
Questions.
I'm asking
Please,
you. You
please.
ask me.
Do you stand by that statement?
About innocent civilians? Civilians who come and kill and rape, what are they? Tell me. Define.
No.
I mean, you seem to know everything.
No.
Define.
What do you mean by this statement?
I'll tell you what I
you're
mean by
saying.
civilians. Well, I'll tell you what
Yeah,
I mean.
please explain.
Those who come and kill me, yeah? Those who come, and this is why in brackets, innocent civilians. As I said before, and you recall perfectly well what I said, I know what I tweet.
I just quoted you.
Of course. People who come and kill, rape, kidnap, slaughter. In Norway, what do you do with them? You give them a medal? I'm asking you. What do you do in Norway with someone who comes with people who rape in Norway? What do you do with them? What do you do with criminals in Norway? What do you do with them? You give them medals? What is this? What you don't allow in Norway, I'm supposed to allow in Israel? Those who come and kill, those who come who viciously kill, I'm very sorry, I mean. They're not, how would I say, they're not angels.
Okay.
Maybe in your, wait a second. Now I understand with your little smile. Now I understand. Maybe because they came to Israel and they killed Israelis or they killed Jews and it's okay. Maybe this is your logic, sir. Now I understand. Please continue. Took me time, you see. It took me half an hour to understand your logic. Please
Okay,
continue.
so you stand by that statement. So, your heritage minister, Amichai Eliyahu, said nuking Gaza was an option and called for methods more painful than death for Palestinians. Do you condemn that statement? Yes.
Ask him.
These are
Call
people
him.
in the Israeli government saying
Call him,
we
ask
should
him.
nuke Gaza?
Call him. Ask him. But again, you speak of Gaza. I mean, you know what is the problem?
Sir, the problem, honestly, is that you're avoiding you're dodging every question.
No, I'm not. The problem is, I'll tell you what is the problem.
You're dodging every question.
I'll tell you the problem. The problem is ignorance. Now, it's ignorance. It's not only that you don't show any sympathy to Israel, you don't understand what has happened on 7th of October. Now I understand. I mean, how would I say? I was a bit disturbed by your questions, but now I understand either you don't show any sympathy, or maybe, I mean, you took side, maybe you're on the side of Hamas, which is totally possible, or maybe you don't exactly understand what has happened here. In 3 cases, it's not very nice for you. Yet I understand. Please continue.
Israel's president, Isaac Herzog, said it's an entire nation out there that is responsible. This rhetoric about civilians not aware, not involved, it's absolutely not true. What do you think about these kind of blanket statements?
I'll tell you only 2 things.
All of the Gazan population for the atrocities of Hamas.
I'll tell you 2 things, but again, I understand. When he speaks of, as you quoted, or as you said right now, we quoted this tweet about the entire population, or I don't know.
Being responsible,
Responsible. Who voted for Hamas? My grandmother came out of her grave and voted for Hamas, or the Palestinian people?
40% of the Gazans voted for Hamas in 2005.
And do they want Jews not to exist?
Half of Gaza's population is under
Civilians
18.
in Gaza, let's go 40%.
They didn't even exist when Hamas came to power.
Continue.
Right now, you've stopped all aid. No food is entering Gaza. No medicines are entering Gaza. Your government blocked the entry of food, medicine, fuel, and other essential supplies.
My country has given more than 1.5 million tons. But again, if you want to rewrite history, please do it.
So for now, there is no food or medicine.
There is food, there is medicine, and there is
nothing
fuel.
is entering from your side of the border.
There is food, there is fuel, and
the question
Israel will not
everybody
stop,
in the world is asking, why is Israel starving the people of Gaza?
But again, as you said before, genocide, starving, ethnical cleansing, my God, everything is here. I say again, nonsense, lies, and honestly, sir, the same way you accuse me, I accuse you of being an anti-Semite, anti-Israeli journalist, and this is what you are. Please continue. This is what you are. You're an anti-Israeli journalist who comes here. If you dare to speak, because I was interviewed by so many medias, never ever, and to Google. I gave interviews to every channel you can imagine. Your questions and the way you run this interview. And you see, I sit, I listen to you because I know who I am and I'm very proud of Israel. So I'll let you continue, ask anything you want.
Did
But
you
this
just
is
call
the
me
most-
an anti-Semite
Yes, sir.
for asking questions
Yes.
based
Yes, because you don't
on
allow-
UN reports, on Amnesty
Sir,
reports,
no
based on
sympathy,
Human Rights
sir.
Watch,
Sir.
UN experts, Israeli
Sir, that's
scholars?
what you do right now.
So
Sir,
now
that's
I'm
what you do.
an
Sir.
anti-Semite
Yes, sir, I'm sorry.
for
I'm sorry.
asking
I'm sorry. I'm
questions
sorry.
about your war?
If you accuse me,
I'm asking
the
questions. I'm
Jewish
not
nation,
accusing
no,
you
I'm
of
asking
anything.
you, yes, sir. What you're doing in this interview is a disgrace, sir. You're a disgrace to the profession of journalism. You're a disgrace because I can show you the pictures of bones of kids have been beheaded. What you're doing right now, you're biased, of course, but what you're doing here, you come and you're very proud of yourself. No, sir.
Let's talk about our profession because you're a former prominent journalist. You're an editor. Let's talk about the
Editor-in-chief, yes.
editor-in-chief
Of number one
Let's
Israeli
talk about
newspaper, former
Good.
ambassador in an Arabic country where I built an hospital over there.
Let's talk about the attacks on the press.
Yeah.
Okay, more than 200 journalists have
You will
been
also
killed by.
teach me about the press in Israel, but please, I'm ready to get
No, I will
lessons.
just quote some facts
Please
for you,
teach
sir.
me.
I will quote some facts. More than 200 journalists have been killed by Israeli forces in the Gaza war, making it, you covered a lot of wars, making it the deadliest war for journalists ever. More journalists are killed in Gaza than in both world wars, Vietnam, the former Yugoslavia, and Afghanistan combined, according to the Watson Institute's Cost of War project. As a former journalist and editor, can you explain to us why Israel is killing Palestinian journalists on a mass scale?
Do you take it for granted? Israel is killing journalists. That's what you say.
Independent
No,
sources
not only,
are
not only,
verifying this.
not only. It's not
The
that.
Committee to
Sir,
Protect
as I said again,
Journalists,
sir,
Committee to Protect Journalists has documented
Journalists came here to Israel to kill us, sir.
Dozens of
Journalists,
cases
sir.
where your forces have targeted
Sir,
Palestinian
journalists, sir,
You don't
journalists.
believe them either?
Sir, no, I don't believe you're lying.
I'm not making this up.
Sir,
This
this
is
is a
numbers,
lie.
findings
All
from the
this
Committee
interview-
of Protection of Journalists.
All this interview, I am sorry because I was polite. I came and I participated in the biggest masquerade that I've ever participated in
Okay.
journalism. Again, journalists came to Israel. By the way, is it true that they came with a GoPro and filmed themselves and posted it? Not only we do not kill journalists came to kill us. Upside down, sir. Your interview, all the questions upside down, but there's a problem. As you're anti-Israeli, and this is totally clear right now, you will do everything to defend your cause. You're going to post it. You're going to be very, very, very proud of yourself. But your grandkids will see that you're on the side of a terrorist group and not of a country that defends itself. Please continue.
Okay. In 2024, Israeli forces killed Al Jazeera journalist Ismail Al-Ghul in the Gaza Strip. Again, why is Israel assassinating Palestinian journalists?
Assassinating. Israel is assassinating.
According to the Committee for Protection of Journalists, yes.
Israel is
In
assassinating.
dozens of
Israel
cases,
is not-
you have targeted journalists
You-
specifically.
Israel is not
While
targeting
they're
journalists.
while they're wearing their vests visibly in the streets with their camera equipment, not hiding behind buildings. Dozens of cases have
Next
been
slide, please.
documented.
Next crap. Next
So you,
slide.
okay, so you reject that.
Reject.
Okay.
Continue.
The CPJ says there is
And by the way, I
evidence-
will only add when I reject
Yeah.
that every casualty, civilian in Gaza or journalist or whatever, under the responsibility of Hamas, as you know perfectly well,
As a journalist, sir,
please,
explain to us.
ex-journalist.
Ex-journalist, yes,
Yeah,
good.
Good, you can smile.
Why you've covered wars? You know how important it is for the press
Yeah.
to cover wars,
Yeah.
to cover the consequences
Yeah.
of war, to meet the people who are suffering under war. Why is the Israeli government not allowing international press into the Gaza Strip to do what you did in Iraq? And
This
it's-
is a war zone, and in any war zone, I covered Kosovo
Yeah.
war, I covered Iraq war, I covered Afghanistan war. There were restrictions, and you should know it as well. You know it better than me. There are restrictions, and many times, in this case, for example, my restrictions is in order to protect you as a journalist.
Sir, I've been in this line for 20 years. I've covered the war in Afghanistan for about 15 years.
You.
Yes.
Good.
I've covered Syria.
Where
I've
have you been?
covered
Maybe we
Israel,
met.
Israel and Palestine for many years. I've been to Ukraine. Never, ever have I experienced a warring party denying access totally to a war zone. We can go to Ukraine and the Ukrainians will take us to the front lines and let us cover what's happening there. We can go and ask the Russians, and they will allow us to their side of the front lines. Why?
Can I challenge you?
Explain this.
We speak now for 45 minutes. We said
Yes.
40 minutes, half an hour. And you see, I play the game with you. I stay more. I challenge you. Is there anything positive about Israel? Is there anything positive about this country, or everything is bad? Are we the vicious? Are we the evil one? I'm asking you a question. You are a journalist covering between Israel and Gaza.
Right now, your prime minister has an arrest warrant agast him.
Okay. By the way,
for war crimes,
imagine
for starving a population.
Yeah.
Right now, there is a war going on, fought by your forces as well.
Immediately,
I'm here because the whole world has a lot of questions about the way you're conducting this war, the plans you have for Gaza. What are you going to do with the Palestinians in Gaza? When I ask the questions, you tell me, is there anything positive about Israel?
The fact that my prime minister and the Ministry of Defense at the time, Yoav Gallant, Prime Minister Netanyahu, being, as you said, I mean, the ICC, was it? Yeah, the ICC. There, how would I say? I try to look at history. I try to imagine 8 years ago, ICJ, for example, being sitting over there as the accused, Great Britain, for example, fighting the Nazis, or I imagine ICC summoning Winston Churchill. Ridiculous. Our grandkids will despise what ICC and ICJ have done, would despise. And this is a stain in all those institutions. And I sit in front of you as a very proud member of parliament, as a very proud ex-journalist, as a very proud ex-officer of the Israeli army, as a very proud father of an Israeli soldier,